Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The internet and the equestrian community has been buzzing over the article by Karl on Noelle Floyd's platform, titled, "Let's Dispel the Myth of the Perfect Position." I'm Julia, and you're watching my weekly show here at the EQ Network. In this article, Karl challenges traditional equitation norms by suggesting that effectiveness and balance should take precedence over maintaining a textbook perfect position. And I'll be honest, this has turned out to be a pretty controversial take. In the article, he argues that the emphasis on achieving a flawless riding position is overvalued, that modern equitation puts too much focus on being in this perfect position. He instead believes that riders should prioritize what makes them most effective and balanced, even if that deviates from conventional standards. To directly quote the article, he states, "There is no one position. The only requirement of the position is this. Does it allow you to be the most accurate, effective, and balanced rider that you can be?" The original article was published on their paid platform, but when they released it to the public, that's when things got a little interesting. First came McLain Ward's response. Ward is known for his classical riding style and publicly disagreed with Cook's viewpoint. He stated in his post that a correct position is fundamental for balance and effective communication with the horse. I quote, "Correct position creates good balance over the horse's center of gravity, and a solid base allows freedom for the rider to help his horse and not interfere." Following McLain Ward's post came input from John Madden. He mostly echoed Ward's sentiments, emphasizing that there is a classic position that is crucial for safety and clear communication between horse and rider. He expressed concern that dismissing the importance of correct position might mislead less experienced riders and cause safety problems. Madden went so far as to say, "I worry Karl's statements can be interpreted by young or unexperienced riders to mean working hard to create a good position isn't necessary when I believe it is the most important fundamental of learning to ride." The discussion has caused quite a stir in the equestrian community, and several other pros have come forward to put in their perspective on this debate. If we can remove some of the emotion from it, we can look at this for what it really is: a discussion of the balance between traditional equitation principles and adaptive techniques that prioritize individual effectiveness. But who's right? I personally think that the answer lies somewhere in the middle. Maintaining a balanced position with the classical alignment keeps us secure in the saddle. I've talked about this in other videos, so if you aren't sure what that looks like, go down to the description below and I'll post a link for you to watch that video. That being said, there are a couple of reasons why we might venture out of this ideal position. The first being, when we're first learning to ride, there are so many things we're working on. Thinking about guiding the horse, maintaining our leg position, sitting correctly, steering. It can quite frankly be overwhelming. When I work with a student, I like to have them focus on one thing at a time. And when they're focusing on, for example, making sure they aren't leaning too far forward, if I notice that they aren't holding their hands in the correct position, I won't worry about this until they are more comfortable with their body position. This is one reason why it's so important to have lesson horses that are sane and stable and can handle when a rider gets a little out of balance. The second is during training. If there's a difficult training situation, I may need to break out of my safer position to communicate something. But as soon as that's over, I'm again going back to my classical equitation position. An example of this might be if my horse is bucking. I may need to keep my hip open just a bit more to ride through the bucks until the horse stops. Or if my horse puts his head up high, I'm going to raise my hands to follow. These will remove us from that perfect box, but in certain situations, there may be a reason for it. I hope this helps. I would love to hear your thoughts on this discussion in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the notification button and subscribe so you never miss another video. Happy riding.